Alright, this is Let's Play Wayward Souls, Curse of Shadow. So, I'm going to start off with the first character, the warrior, and let's do a run on the mines, which is the first dungeon. If I had replay story scenes on, you'd be able to see his reasons for being in this dungeon and a little bit more about what's actually going on in this tower slash mines slash catacombs. Okay, and you can see I've got a big sword which I can swing around, and I can throw an axe, but my axes have limited charges, as you can see in the top right. And there's my shield. Turn it on, turn it off. And power attack. Here's a healing fountain which we can teleport back to when we're ready. There's a cragworm, he's scary. Okay, so basically in this game each run is a little bit roguelike. You can get certain special items and upgrades for your weapons and pets, but they only last for the current run, win or lose. You can also collect coins from some of the enemies you defeat and stuff like that. And they let you invest in persistent upgrades which give you minor bonuses like, 10% critical strike chance or something like that. But really, if you want to improve in this game, it's not so much about grinding, it's more about learning how the characters and the enemies work and just practicing. Here's a shrine. I get a bonus from it, and it protects me from a few hits until all my protection's used up. Here's one of the Ember Forges I was talking about before. So I can choose one upgrade for my sword. I'll choose this skull hack. There's the map, so I can see there's a couple of different ways to go. I'm just trying to find the exit on each level. I can destroy some of these bones and things on the floor. Sometimes there's coins in them. Those bats are tricky. They fly around in spirals. Okay, so this is a dead end. I can use this teleporter to go back to the start, which might be faster than walking. I don't have to fight that guy. This game was originally on mobiles, and before that the same company had a game called Mage Gauntlet, which was on mobiles. Mage Gauntlet didn't have the different classes, so this one you can be like warrior, mage, rogue. The mage has ranged attacks and the rogue can try and backstab people, and the warrior has this big sword. But in Mage Gauntlet there was only one character. Oh, I got hit. You heard that little clang, which meant the shrine protected me from the hit. And a lot of these units, like these orcs and stuff who are attacking me, their models come from Mage Gauntlet, but the actual moves are different sometimes. Okay. Mage Gauntlet was never ported to the PC. What's this about? I got a rare room. Sometimes you find special enemies you don't find anywhere else. And special treasures. I find the controls for Wayward Souls much easier on the PC. I've already played this much further on the PC than I ever did on the phone. Oh, did you see that? Yeah, their attacks can sometimes hit their own teammates, and they do minor damage that way. So that can be a good way of avoiding getting hit, using one of them as a meat shield. Which way do you think it is? Let's have a look down here. the doors close behind you and you have to kill everyone in the room before they'll let you out. So a lot of it is basically just doing these rooms, but it's well paced. You get a bit of a break in between the different things you've got to do. Some rooms you're circling around looking for an opening, and other times you just got to go in with a big power attack and just wipe everyone out. Those rogues will always charge you whenever they get close to you, and you can't hit them while they've gone invisible like that, so you've got to let them hit first. Now this guy's attack pauses him for a second, so that's why he gets hit by those sort of ranged attacks sometimes. And you can't even throw up a shield while you're, like I did just then, if you're in the middle of a swing. I think this particular sword that I chose makes him swing a little bit slower. I'm just going to teleport back to the fountain. What floor am I on? Floor 3. So this first dungeon has 5 floors. And the layout's random each time. As I said, it's a roguelike. Same with the kinds of enemies you get. There's a bit of a pattern. As you go up, it seems like you get slightly tougher groups of enemies, more enemies and things like that. But that doesn't mean you can't get a room full of cragworms on the first floor either. There's one. Usually just wait for him so he flings out diagonally. And some of the enemies only attack on the diagonals, some will attack directly towards you, and some will only attack up, down, left and right, which I call the orthogonals. I'm not sure if that's the right word for it. Another fountain. I won't drink from this one even though I'm hurt already, because I'll come back to it at the end of the floor. I don't like the look of this room. The nice thing about the sword, because it's got such a wide arc, you can often hit multiple guys at once. Ow. You can even destroy those beds and see if there's money inside them. I can't be bothered. This encounter's a little bit bugged. You can kill him and take his gold, but he'll still teleport away at the end if you go back there. They're still patching, adding new things. Those fountains are pretty new. It used to just be that you healed whenever you went to the next floor. I like the fountains, it makes it a bit easier because you don't have to find the exit necessarily to be able to heal. Here's the exit for this floor. I'll go back to the fountain. Probably the most important upgrade in this game is the one that makes the fountains heal you more, especially for some of the longer dungeons where you're going to find a fountain on every floor, and then you need to, keep your health up. But as long as you don't get hit, well, you don't have to worry so much about that. I can only carry 6 shields and 9 throwing axes, although that can change depending on if I've upgraded them to a different type. I got a pet here. This pet's going to attack enemies, but other pets will give you passive bonuses like change how quickly that your energy recharges. This guy only uses his energy for his power attacks. Everything else doesn't cost energy. It looks like that fairy I got actually missed one of its attacks, or a few of them actually. I didn't know pets could miss. This is the last floor, so I'm just going to heal here. I think I'm near the end anyway. Yeah, here we go. I recognise this architecture, so the boss fight's coming up. I got a healing potion, and in this pause menu you can see this one makes me faster, this one lets me ranged attack with my normal attacks, and I might use some of these special potions during my fight with Humphrey. Oh, that little poster that I forgot to read. Just out there just says no entry unless you have an appointment, something like that. Let's put on the shield so when he lands I don't get hit. Although you can also dodge that. You saw that it went out to the 8 compass points. So there's a few ways of not getting hit by this guy. I'll show you now. There we go. Almost. I'll pick this up. Okay, that's the first dungeon. So later I'll show you the other classes, other dungeons, some of the other weapons and pets, and I just got a hat, but this hat lets me make this character look like one of the other characters, the mage in this case. Let's try it on. That looks silly. Alright, let's change back to the normal hat. The hats are just cosmetic. And there are my stats, 500 coins collected, which means later I could upgrade some of these options like faster energy regeneration or something. Alright, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel and see future installments of Let's Play Wayward Souls.